Hello, everyone, and welcome to FuelMade's D2C Inspiration Series, where we're talking to the founders and marketers from leading brands. I'm Tina, and I lead marketing here at FuelMade, and we're a Shopify agency that specializes in custom development and design, conversion rate optimization, and Klaviyo email and SMS marketing. And speaking of conversion rate optimization, I have two awesome guests here today. So I have Michael, the partner marketing manager at Justuno, and Janet, the digital marketing director at Shire City Herbals. I'm super excited to have you both here today, but why don't you first introduce yourselves a little bit, tell us about your business and what you do.
Sure. I'll go first. So yeah, I'm Michael from Justuno. Tina, thanks for having us today. I do the partner marketing here at Justuno, and Justuno is a conversion rate optimization suite. So we, at the core of it, help your business convert more visitors into customers. And we do that via all manner of on-site messaging, whether it's a banner, it's a pop-up for lead capture, the kinds that, wait, don't go, here's a discount, here's another reason to convert, alongside very intelligent product recommendations for upsells, cross sells. When you go on a site like on Amazon, when it recommends all the different products after you look at one. So all things on-site conversion. It's a pretty large suite, and yeah, so I run the partner marketing here.
Awesome, thanks so much. What about you, Janet?
I'm Janet with Shire City Herbals. We're an apple cider vinegar wellness tonic company. So we sell everything from a fire cider to an elderberry tonic. And we're also offering a new cleanse coming out later this year.
So as I kind of mentioned, we're talking about conversion rate optimization today, and I'm actually going to hand things over to Michael to lead the Q&A as our expert.
Awesome. Thanks, Tina. Yeah, so for today, I kind of just wanted to start with asking you, where Shire City Herbals was, like, where were y'all before you got into Justuno, and what was that process like? Maybe like the reason you started looking at CRO solutions. So that sort of story.
Yeah, we had an on-site pop-up already, but we were really looking to kind of augment what we were doing. And over at Justuno, you guys have a lot of additional features that like a typical kind of pop-up solution doesn't have, like the commerce AI piece that we could offer kind of upsells or cross sells for some of our products. So it really just had a more robust suite of products that we thought would kind of help us grow our program, get more signups. We're always trying to drive more traffic to the site, get people on our list, email or SMS, and just kind of really augment sales where we can. So that's kind of what prompted the switch.
Awesome. Cool. And on a similar note, so we're all about, the on-site experience, but one thing we preach a lot is, integrating your other channels of marketing into the on-site experience. So I would, what can you tell us about, your other channels and other channel successes, and if that's translated to any on-site? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys integrate with Shopify seamlessly, and that's where our website platform is based off of. So that was a really easy integration to just kind of get everything up and running on site. But then at the time that we started with you guys, we were on HubSpot for email marketing. We switched to OmniSend, but luckily you integrate with like a whole ton of different ESPs and SMS companies. So we had to do a little bit of kind of some amount of custom work, a little bit of like edits and tweaks to work with HubSpot. OmniSend was much easier, but in the end, it connected to both of our email and SMS platforms without any problems. So we were able to send emails to one, phone numbers to the other, and kind of segment and send emails accordingly that made sense for where everybody was entering.
Awesome. Yeah. Great. So I'm really curious about a number of things, but before we dive into these specific sort of promotions or pop-ups, can you give us a run through of the different, promotions you have on site, the kinds that you're using, and maybe, your favorite one that you're using?
There's so many favorites. Where do I start? We're using them all. We started off the bat with kind of everything that you offer. So we have a welcome pop-up, an abandoned cart pop-up. we're also doing like the kind of, like I mentioned, the commerce AI, so we can recommend products that go along with products that they're buying. So accessories that kind of match with each product. And then we started a new one that I really like. So seeing the analytics that people were kind of bouncing off of our FAQ page, we have a pop-up that pops on exit off of that particular page, letting them know that like we have recipes if they need recipe ideas, or if they're looking to buy our fire cider or to buy our elderberry tonic, we're linking to those specific pages. So that way, if they want more info on the actual products we sell or recipes for how to incorporate our products into their lives, that they don't bounce off the site, but kind of go somewhere else. So that's been really great. It's been really successful in kind of keeping some of those people on the site. And then, I don't know, I guess my favorite, there's so many good ones. I mean, we're able to create some kind of banners. We did a little bit of custom work with your team too to set those up correctly for our site. So it doesn't actually use your banner technology. It uses a pop-up level technology, but it looks like a banner on site. And so like right now we're running a really fun one for a new product launch on the site. We're launching a cleanse, which I'll give you guys the kind of heads up on what we're launching. We're launching a cleanse product at the very kind of end of this year, top of 2022. And so we designed a fun, kind of using some of your like pre-built templates, some of the elements of those pre-built templates in like this new sort of fake banner, but it is a banner on the site. It shows up as a banner at the top to kind of get people on the list to hear about our new product. So it's really great just for getting new customers on our list, but also just to get people segmented into a VIP list so that we can send them like new products or new promotions.
Awesome. Yeah. And that leads right into my next question. So in terms of list growth, so that's something we definitely preach, all the time, is what a lot of brands come to us for is, how can I just build my list, whether it's email, SMS, and then especially, segmenting different groups, just like you said, into regular or VIP segments. So what does that marketing kind of flow look like on your end? So you gather a contact or an email from a visitor. How does that process work for Shire City Herbals?
Yeah, so we've been syncing like each one of our pop-ups to a particular segment. We're using OmniSend, so a segment in OmniSend. So that way, once we get an email through you guys, it literally automatically goes into OmniSend. And then in there, we're triggering whether it's like a welcome flow for new subscribers, giving them a discount for joining our list, or in this case, like the VIP product list, they'll get the first like email about our new product launch. So they're going into like separate segments in OmniSend, and then we build out kind of automated workflows there for email. The same process happens with our SMS list. So it connects to SMS Bump, which is our SMS provider, and they go into a list there, and they get like either a welcome flow there, depending on what what we're messaging for SMS. But off of our welcome pop-up, they go into like a welcome flow for text messaging too. So we're able to kind of easily segment in both platforms, so that everybody's going where they need to go and they're getting messaging that they need to get. And you guys are great. We test all the time before we launch. Miranda's my account manager with you guys, and she tests every pop-up that I have, and she'll make sure that the email goes through. And if it's successful on your side, I check in our platform to make sure that the email went through and the phone number went through, and everything is always seamless and ready to go before we're ready to launch these pop-ups. So that's super helpful.
Awesome. Yeah. And so how did that lead capture flow work before you? So you mentioned you had a previous pop-up solution. Was there any like a stark difference between successes pre-Justuno and after?
Yeah, so I'd say we weren't able to combine our SMS and email into one pop-up. They were two separate pop-ups. So I've seen a lot more success in getting SMS signups now that they're in one. So it's like a second screen, so to speak, of the pop-up. So once they put in their email, it asks if they want to get on our SMS list. There's an option to just skip to the coupon code if they don't want to get on the SMS list. And I found that that's been really helpful to kind of be able to get people to sign up for SMS like off the bat versus, and not having to pop like another pop-up, just to have it in one and like one time when people are giving their info, instead of having them have to think about giving more of their info at a later time in their shopping experience.
Right. Awesome. Well, that makes me think of one thing. So when I was reviewing Shire City Herbals on the Justuno end, your conversion rates are through the roof. Industry average for conversion rates are in the 2 to 5% range. Some people, it can differ, give or take, but yours are often 6% or more. And then just across the board, it's incredibly impressive. And then another thing I noticed was you don't offer many discounts at all. So we typically, it's very dependent on the brand, of course, but we typically, recommend, that basically that 10% off your first order, give us your email and we'll give you 10% off. That sort of basic give and take. You don't really offer that many discounts, which I think is really, really cool. So, how do you, when a pop-up fires, whether it's a lead capture or if a visitor's going to leave, an exit intent, if they're going to leave and you want them to stay on, what sort of offers, what's your methodology there to keep them on site in lieu of using a discount?
Yeah, so we do use a couple of discounts for like our welcome pop-up. The new one that we're running for our product launch does not offer a discount, also because we're not running a promotion with this new product launch. That's part of the reason that one doesn't have one. But because we don't often come out with new products, like that alone is like an interesting thing. We're not dropping new products regularly. If anything, it's maybe one a year. And that's only been in the last couple of years that we've even had a new product a year. So that alone, usually for our like customer base is interesting enough. But for the welcome pop-up, we do offer a 15% off discount. And abandoned cart, we do something that's a little bit different. I know Miranda's told me 100 times that we run it differently than most companies because we have it on exit intent, but it is an email sign up as well. So if they're not already on our list, that they get on that before we give them a coupon to have an abandoned cart like checkout coupon, so to keep them going through the order process. And that actually performs really well. We have a lot of people that put their email address in to get an abandoned cart code. And those ones are like unique codes so that it's like different and one-time use. So we'll do that and people will sign up so they get the code. It surprised her that people were willing to sign up for it. And some of our customers do like a discount. It gives a small discount. It's not a huge discount. We don't heavily discount the product, but where we can, we try to offer like a small discount. Recently, we've been trying to do like gift with purchase and things of that nature. So we haven't tried that in the pop-ups just yet, but I do have like a robust testing plan to like work through with Miranda at the top of the year to just test everything from like the shape of the pop-up to what we're offering. So I think that those will be some kind of new insights and insightful insights to have and see what our customers respond best to. But the A/B testing feature is really awesome. I really love it, so that we can kind of test anything we want, really, make the best pop-up we can.
Right. Would you say that by using some of these pop-ups and especially the testing, have they helped you understand your visitors a little bit more?
They definitely have. Like, I didn't know that so many people were bouncing off of our FAQ page. Like, that was like insights that I had never like really been paying that much attention to. And it was one of the first things that we looked at when we started kind of digging into what other pop-ups and what other offers we could put on the site other than the general like welcome pop-up and abandoned cart pop-up. So that was like the first one that we tried that was a little bit out of the box because the bounce rate off that particular page was so high. So that piece and the commerce AI also was one of the pieces that we got up and running. So because we have a small product line, but some of those products have accessories that go along with particular sizes of our bottles of apple cider vinegar, we matched them like appropriately so that each size, like when they added them to their cart, they got offered in their little pop-up cart, like which accessories matched with those sizes. So we built those out custom with also some help from your team to make sure that they were recommending the right accessories, or if people had a mixed cart that they could get like both accessories kind of offered to them. So if they had like a gallon or a growler, they could get the pump top. And if they had a smaller bottle, like a 16 ounce or an 8 ounce bottle, they got the flip cap. And then if they had both, it would show them both. So like we custom did that as well. So that way everybody was getting like really personalized experiences and really personalized product recommendations. And people, like, we've had really great success. Like, those convert, I think, the best. Our commerce AI pop-ups have like a really great conversion rate.
No, that was what I was thinking of earlier. Yeah, your commerce AI promotions have 39% conversion rate. I mean, so just the engagement alone is just people that engage with those promotions are really high, and then the engaged conversion rate from those are also super high, which is just so cool to see. And I love it. I was hoping this would come up a little bit. So yeah, is there one in particular, so you mentioned you only have a couple products or a little smaller product selection.
Yeah.
Was that a challenge towards the beginning, when you were trying to figure out how best to set up these upsells and these cross sells and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a little bit of a challenge to come up with something interesting. And also our accessories are only a couple of dollars. So I mean, while it adds a little bit to AOV, it's not a ton, but it helps our customers like use our product, which is why we wanted to kind of recommend specific products with specific items that they added to their cart. Because like the pump top doesn't fit like an 8-ounce bottle, but like the little flip cap does, but it helps them measure, kind of be able to measure out um, their amounts of our tonics into either a shot glass or into a glass of water. So we wanted to make it easier for them. And it's something that our customers are like, oh, I really love, like they really love the flip caps. It's like $1, it's like a $2 product. It's like, but it really helps make it pour easily like out of the bottle. So it's just something that helps them be able to have a better user experience. So like right off the bat, normally I think that e-commerce AI is like a piece that people add after the fact, after they've got all their other pop-ups set, but that was like the first pop-up practically I wanted to get up and running because I wanted to just try to make the customer experience like as best as I could. And while it doesn't add a ton to AOV, it adds to like the overall experience and use of our product.
Absolutely. No, and customers experience is huge. And I mean, and plus also, yeah, AOV is AOV. I mean, a small boost is still a small boost, and that adds up substantially over time. And that's what we tell so many of our clients, and just in our marketing, that's what we preach, right? Is that, you know, that if you can add $2 on every order, and you have, I mean, then 1,000 orders later, you're up $2,000 or whatever it might be, right? And it's just such a, in the customer's mind, I mean, in my mind, even yesterday, I was doing some last minute shopping and I added some, I think, socks to something because it was so much cheap. It was like only a couple of dollars, or it was like $8, and the order total was already that. So the percentage was, you know, it's like, well, why not, right? So it adds up over time.
It does.
Yeah. And so one other thing I was curious about was, so testing. I know you've done some A/B testing, so I was curious, like what sort of A/B testing you've done already with certain promotions, you know, what customers prefer, and then also where do you want to take that in, you know, 2020, 2022 and beyond?
Yeah, absolutely. So far we've only done one test, and mostly because we are slightly new to your platform. After we got everything up and running, we were close to the upcoming holiday, like in November, the upcoming holiday season. And you know, Miranda doesn't love to run tests, neither do I, like during the holiday period, like when she'd rather just go with what works. So we ran one test on our AV, our abandoned cart pop-up, and that was like a circle versus square. So really basic test, but the circle won out. People really liked it a lot better. And who would have known? Like, you know, it's like something that I wouldn't even really thought of, but it's like an easy basic test to run and just see if we get more people signing up through it, which we did. So that was like a fun quick win. And then going forward into 2022, I think we're definitely going to test out different promotions and offers, and also probably try the abandoned cart without it having to have an email sign up, and just see kind of what the results are both ways, to kind of give that a test. So those are probably two of the things that are top of my mind, along with probably like shapes and placements like on the site itself. Right now, those two like pop up as like a main pop-up, but they can obviously go in like the bottom corner or the top corner. And so like just trying out a few different locations to see if we get one that converts a bit better than I thought. So between that and maybe like timing of pop-ups probably too, that's on my list too, just to test some of the timing and or like scroll of page, like just to see if something has a better result than what I go off of my own thought process on.
Right.
So I'm definitely excited to test all of that. There's definitely new banners I want to do. Like you guys offer a really great one for like free shipping thresholds, and like when you're getting close to a free shipping threshold. So I want to test out with that and maybe try it out like in the cart pages and checkout pages itself, even to see if like we can get people adding to their cart there to get free shipping. So we do have like a $55 free shipping threshold. So that one's on my list too, to kind of start testing a little bit more with that and seeing if we can create a sense of urgency and get people's cart sizes to be a bit bigger.
Right. No, shipping is huge. I know that for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, really the whole month in November and including December, what shipping was, I guess, is really top of people's minds. You know, far, if anything, more than the discounts. You know, they wanted it faster and know they were going to get it versus getting like that 10 or 20 or however much off, right? So yeah, the shipping thresholds are super popular, and I recommend that every brand uses it. And I personally, I know two of my favorite brands, they have it, and I love seeing that number go down. until I get free shipping. It's just so easy, right? And I've
Right,
absolutely,
yeah.
like, I've added products to my cart simply because I was like, well, I'm only $10 away. There's no reason, right? Like, I'm not going to spend $8 on shipping if I can just buy a $10 product, that kind of thing. So it works. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so we want to do all that testing like at the top of the year, so that way by next holiday we know what works, we have it dialed in, and we run the best promotions and banners we can.
right. And one other, speaking of results in the holidays, how did your Black Friday, Cyber Monday go this year? I know, I mean, it's the biggest, shopping holiday of the entire year. So I was curious how that went and what kind of results you had with that.
Yeah, it was still a good year, a little bit lower than 2020. So our product really took off in 2020 with the pandemic, because we are a health and wellness tonic, and it kind of sales took off a lot in 2020. So kind of replicating that is hard to, I think, ever do again for most companies that maybe saw the same kind of boost running through like that, the start of the pandemic. But it was still like a really great weekend of sales. We changed around the promotions a bit from last year. Last year, we just gave a blanketed discount across the whole site for the weekend. And this year, because we had a new product, we tried to give like a really great discount. We hadn't discounted that product all year since we launched it. So we gave a great discount on the elderberry tonic. And then we ran like a site-wide promotion for Cyber Monday. So we did a little bit of a different kind of weekend deal. But it was still really successful. We sold a lot of our new product, which was great. We came up with a few new gift sets for the holidays that were on sale over the weekend as well. And so people, they really like the elderberry tonic. It's our newest product, but it's becoming one of our like best sellers. So we created some new gift sets that has some of our best selling fire cider along with the elderberry, and people really like those. So they took off as well. So we just had some kind of new holiday offerings and different deals than we ran last year, which helped make the weekend more successful.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, no, that's fantastic here. I love seeing success during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I mean, it's just, we're going through the data right now of a lot of our clients, and just, it's awesome to see people, like the creativity people put behind it. I mean, off-site and on-site, right? I mean, there's so many different ways you can go about it. I mean, TikTok is huge right now, even just, for example, brands using that, and then social media, everything about it, right? Awesome. So what would you say your favorite thing you did during Black Friday, Cyber Monday for Shire City Herbals?
Yeah, we did a few really interesting things using your sort of banner layout, but like with our custom design banner for our site. We ran a couple of fun, really creative banners. Like one of them had a countdown timer going for Cyber Monday, so it let people know when time was running out. And we extended to Tuesday and put a timer in that one too. And I feel like that really helped create a sense of urgency. And then we were kind of matching some of the designs. So Black Friday, we created a flaming GIF like of our shot, because like our fire cider is like a spicy product, and it brings a little heat. So we made a little flaming GIF, and we used that same kind of imagery and color schemes like for the pop-ups too. So we just tried to kind of match everything across channels and make it a little fun and interesting and get people's attention. And they performed really well.
That's perfect, actually. So my last sort of thought here is, would you say that using this, these variety of pop-ups and messaging, do they kind of help you reinforce your brand voice in a way, and like kind of, let visitors know who you are, as they're discovering your site, and all that? Would you say that that helps?
Yes, absolutely. I'd say like the welcome pop-up, we have like our ingredients highlighted in there, like by icons, so that people know, kind of like get a sense of what's in the bottle. So that's super helpful. But even right now, like we have one going with fireworks for 2022, and it's like fun and playful. It's like, while we're a serious brand and we're about health and wellness, but we also like to have a little fun and be like a little playful with our brand. So it kind of helps us be like unique and creative and offer something that's a little out of the box.
Absolutely. I found that the more authentic you are to just your brand voice, I mean, the further it'll take you by far. I mean, it's worth it being a little fun and playful. So that's fantastic. That's all I have for Janet here today.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you so much. It was so great learning about all the ways that you're collecting emails, SMS, and converting customers. And honestly, like What a relevant topic right now too, with the iOS changes and everyone kind of gearing more towards trying to grow their own marketing channels. So this is such an insightful conversation. I appreciate you both coming on here to share these things. Before we wrap things up though, I'd love for people to find out where they can learn more about, well, Justuno and also Shire City Herbals.
Yeah, you can go to justuno.com, and we offer a 14-day free trial with no credit card required. Just hit that sign up button in the top right corner. It'll take you get you started straight away, and as well, our customer service folks and account management will take care of you instantly. So yeah, hop on over at justuno.com and learn more.
Awesome. Perfect. What about Shire City Herbals?
Yeah, you can find us at shirecityherbals.com, and we're on social too, just at Shire City Herbals. So you can find new products coming out there, through the new year.
Amazing. Thank you so much again, both of you. Before we really wrap things up though, I'd love to just let anyone that's listening in still know where they can download this amazing ebook that we're actually putting together. So all of the brands that you have been seeing throughout this series, we're putting together this big ebook that's going to feature their stories, strategies, tactics, metrics. It dives even deeper than what you're hearing in these conversations. So I'll link to it in the comments. It's free to download. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you at our next episode.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.